Hello all. Welcome to the lecture series on distributed computing systems. In today's lecture, we will study types of distributed systems in detail. So, let's get started. Types of distributed systems. An important class of distributed systems is one used for high performance computing tasks is distributed computing systems, and examples are cluster computing and grid computing. The second type of distributed systems is distributed information system, and the two types are transaction processing system and enterprise application integration. The third type is distributed pervasive system, and the examples are home systems, electronic healthcare systems, and sensor networks. We will study all these types and their examples in detail in further slides. Cluster computing. Cluster computing became financially and technically attractive to build a supercomputer using off-the-shelf technology by simply hooking up a collection of relatively simple computers in a high-speed network. A collection of similar processors running the same operating system connected by a high-speed network is called cluster computing. Cluster computing is used for parallel programming in which a single program is run in parallel on multiple machines. It is used to run parallel programs or in server farms, for example, at banks. Figure shows an example of cluster computing system. This is one of the well-known example of cluster computing which is formed by Linux-based cluster, of which the general configuration is shown in the figure. Each cluster consists of a collection of compute nodes that are controlled and accessed by means of a single master node. This is the master node shown in the figure. The master typically handles the allocation of a node to a particular parallel program, maintains a batch queue of submitted jobs, and provides an interface for the user of the system. The master actually runs the middleware needed for the execution of a program and management of the cluster, while the compute nodes which are shown in the figure often need nothing else but the standard operating system. So this is the example of cluster computing system. An important part of this middleware is formed by the library for executing the parallel applications. The next is grid computing system. A characteristic feature of cluster computing is its homogeneity. In contrast, grid computing systems have a high degree of heterogeneity. No assumptions are made concerning hardware, operating system, networks, administrative domains, security policy, etc. A key issue in grid computing system is that resources from different organizations are brought together to allow the collection and collaboration of a group of people or institution. Such collaboration is known as virtual organization. That is, grid supports virtual organization where the resources can be servers, storage, or databases. Typically, a resource consists of compute servers like supercomputers, clusters, computers, etc., the storage facility, and the databases. In addition, special network devices such as telescopes, sensors can also be provided. Grid software is concerned with managing sharing across administrative domains. A figure shows a layered architecture of grid computing system. The architecture consists of 4 layers. The lowest one is fabric layer, which provides interface to local resources at a specific site. These interfaces are tailored to allow sharing of resources within a virtual organization. They will provide functions for querying the state and capabilities of a resource, along with functions for actual resource management, for example, locking resource. The second is connectivity layer, which consists of communication protocols for supporting grid transactions that span the usage of multiple resources. For example, protocols are needed to transfer data between resources or to simply access a resource from a remote location. The third is resource layer is responsible for managing a single resource. It uses functions provided by the connectivity layer and calls directly the interfaces made available by a fabric layer. For example, this layer will offer functions for obtaining the configuration information on a specific resource, or in general to perform specific operations such as creating a process or reading of a data. The next layer in the hierarchy is collective layer. It deals with access to multiple resources and typically consists of services for resources discovery, allocation, and scheduling of tasks on multiple resources. It also responsible for data replication. The collective layer may consist of many different protocols for many different purposes, reflecting the broad spectrum of services it may offer to the virtual organization. Finally, the application layer consists of applications that operate within a virtual organization and which make use of the grid computing environment. The collective, connectivity, and the resource layer form the heart of the grid computing, and it is also called as grid middleware layer. So this is the layered architecture of grid computing system.